ESPN is reporting that the Lakers are in the process of finalizing a deal that would trade Taylor Horton Tucker and Stanley Johnson for Patrick Beverley. So they're saying that this trade is going to happen, that it's being finalized. It hasn't happened yet, but it's on the verge. So my thoughts about this is that if it goes down, then I look at this trade as a trade that doesn't really move the needle for either of these teams in any way, really. I don't think the Jazz care anymore at this moment in time about winning. They're all about I think it's interesting because I would say tanking, but they still kept Donovan Mitchell, which I don't understand because he's not a guy you can build a team around, a franchise around, if you want to be a championship contender. So I don't know why they haven't gotten rid of him. Maybe they'll eventually get rid of him, but I don't see how this trade makes them really any much better than what they are. Even with these two guys, THT and Stanley Johnson, they'll probably still win the same amount of games this year. I'm not expecting them to do much in the West. Maybe they squeak into the playoffs, but they're a much worse team without Rudy Gobert now. That's the truth. I would say for the Lakers, this trade doesn't really make them better. Maybe they got a little bit worse depending on if THT improves when he plays for the Jazz. But Patrick Beverley, to be fair, is a very good role player. He's great. He's a great role player, and he would be great on a championship team where he could excel in his role as a backup, a six-man off the bench who could be a defensive hound. And I'm sure that's what the Lakers view him as. But the Lakers are not a championship team, and I don't think he's going to move the needle for them in any way to make them into an elite team. Still with Patrick Beverley, my my projections for the Lakers for this upcoming season stay the same. This is a team again that does not have enough depth. They have so many black holes at several different positions. They probably made themselves more weaker with this trade by adding Beverly since they lost some depth with THT and Stanley Johnson. Not to say that they were amazing players, but they were halfway decent, so they helped with a depth chart. So yeah, this deal for them doesn't really make them better. They're still projected to be somewhere in my eyes between the sixth and eighth seed. That's if things break their way. There's still a high chance they could miss the playoffs. I kind of put it at 50-50 if they make it to the playoffs. So they could either get in as a lowly sixth through eighth seed or they could miss it. But I don't think this is a difference maker. Also, you have to keep in mind that Patrick Beverley just turned 34 during the summertime. And guys tend to break down immediately when they're approaching 35 in the NBA, especially perimeter players who are small, undersized, which he is. So I don't know how much he has left in his tank, to be honest. This could be the year where he finally breaks apart physically, where his body just starts to decline rapidly. It always happens very quick when guys hit the 35 mark or close to it. They start rapidly declining. So it's not something that the Lakers are gonna get better from doing this trade. I don't think it moves the needle, like I said. It's just gonna generate some attention for them, maybe positive attention, where some of these media guys will hype up this move as being a good move for the Lakers. Since we all know ESPN and the rest of these big sports networks are pro Lakers, I meant to say. So yeah, they'll hype it up, but I don't see it as a move that's a game changer. That's the way I view it. That's all I have to say.